Hello, everyone. Christopher from Rotown Cybersecurity here. This is going to be a demo of the Linux tail command with follow option. If you are a seasoned Linux user, this video will seem pretty fundamental to you, and you'll probably find yourself saying, no, duh, a lot. It's meant for users who are new to Linux. Anyway, when I first heard of the tail with follow option, the way it was described to me didn't make it immediately clear how it worked. But after running this command with the option a few times, I could see what was going on and how useful this tail command with the follow option really is. Now, I'm running two instances of Windows Subsystem for Linux, or WSL here. WSL allows you to run Linux natively on a Windows 10 machine and supports several Linux distros like Debian, Ubuntu, and Kali. Each distro is available as a separate installable app from Microsoft's App Store. As you might have guessed, these two windows are the Debian WSL distros, and each simulate the same machine, so I can use each window to view or perform tasks on the same file. Before I show the tail command with the follow option, I'm going to just show you what the default version of the tail command does. So in the left window, we'll do that. And I've dummied up a fake log file with 22 items in it called log demo. We're going to go ahead and open that. Let's go ahead and open the whole file. And that's the entire file. It's got 22 lines, okay? I'm just dummying up a log simulating events that would happen on a network. It's not a real log. So if you're used to seeing something different, this is the Hollywood version of a networking log. All right, we'll go ahead and clear that out. And then we will hit the tail command on that file. So we'll just say tail log demo. And it's a little different. We don't see the entire log demo file. We see the last 10 lines, only lines 13 through 22 display. And again, no surprise there. By default, the tail command only sends the last 10 lines of a file to standard output. Okay. And in the event that the file is fewer than 10 lines in length, the tail command just displays the entire file. Now, what I'm going to do on the right-hand side is demonstrate the tail command on a shorter file called capitals. And we'll use the follow command on that file. So tail -f capitals. As you can see, it shows 5 items. We're looking at the middle states in the US represented here. In order from south to north. So you see the Texas state capital of Austin, there's Oklahoma City, it goes all the way up to South Dakota, and you can see Pierre. Okay, well, what's a little different is that we have a blinking cursor at the bottom, and what that blinking cursor is doing is it's an indication that it's waiting for additional lines to be added to the capitals file. And if you're familiar with US geography and the pattern that we've established here, by going from south to north, you can see that we're missing the state capital of North Dakota, which is Bismarck. So what we'll do on the left-hand side of the window is we will run a text editor and add Bismarck to the capitals file. I'm going to go ahead and clear the screen here. And we will run nano and open the capitals file. Okay, so you can see the 5 capitals, and we'll go ahead and add Bismarck at the end. Now, before I change it, I'm going to do a couple of steps to change it, okay? This nano editor is pretty basic. It's not going to be as user-friendly. I mean, I use the mouse to click into it to make the window active, but the mouse otherwise doesn't have any effect. So I pretty much have to use the keyboard to perform any functions in the window. So to write the changes to the file, I'm going to hit Control O. You can see the menu down here at the bottom. Control O is write out. Okay. Control O. At this point, the changes to the file have not been made because it is asking me for verification. Do you want to use the name capitals as the file that you want to save changes to? So when I hit enter to confirm that, that will save the changes. And in the right-hand side of the window, you should see Bismarck appear. So just pay close attention to the right side. And I'm going to hit the enter command, 3, 2, 1. There you have it. All right, so you see the changes. All right, so the new line is added and the tail follow command remains active, waiting for more lines to be added to the capitals file. But we're not going to do that. We'll go ahead and end the tail follow command here and just hit Control C, and we're back to our prompt. Now, I tried a couple of other changes using tail follow, but in the interest of time, I'm not including them in the video. For example, I went into Nano and deliberately misspelled Topeka by adding a second E to it and then saving the capitals file. When that happened, I did not see changes on the right. Okay. I also removed a line from capitals and saved it. Tail follow noticed that and gave a message indicating that a line was truncated from the file and then redisplayed the entire file. But fortunately, this file is pretty small, so that was not a big deal. But after that, any further changes, the command seemed to behave unpredictably. I was seeing partial lines of text, like the last 3 letters of the word Bismarck or something like that. And I concluded that, this tail follow was really only good or really best suited for displaying a file where you see or expect to see lines added to the end of it. Okay, it's not meant to show every single change that can possibly be made to a file. So, when I think about this, where it seems really useful is watching a log file add new lines in real time. Because if you think about how a log file operates, they can get thousands, tens of thousands in lines and length, and you're not going to want to see the entire length of a log file. When you look at a log file, especially if you're diagnosing a problem that has happened, pretty recently, you're only going to want to look at the last few lines of the file. So the tail command would be really useful in doing that. And another thing is, keep in mind the tail command by default will show you the last 10 lines of the file if the file has at least 10 lines in length. You have another parameter which we haven't put in this video. I didn't want this video to be just an exhaustive analysis of the tail command, but there is another option where you can change that number of lines that display at the end to any value that you want it to be. So if you wanted to only look at 5 lines or 20 lines, you could set it to do that. So where I think this command, just to sum it all up, where I think this command is most useful is looking at log files where they're going to be updated in real time and using that to help you identify and locate the causes of various problems that can happen in a network environment. So that wraps up this video on the tail follow command. Thanks again for watching. Please help out this channel with a thumbs up, comment, subscribing, or hitting the notification bell, as I will be adding more content on a regular basis.
Ow! This has been a Broken Thumb production.